Songbird rebirth unearth girlies submerged from hurt pain broken pop.
Whoa.
I've been
She's not
practicing
even looking
that.
at me.
Oh my God.
I had to rehearse that a few times to make sure I got the wording correctly.
Pop Girlies intro.
Yeah, Pop Girlie's intro.
Whoa.
Wow.
From the sky, we rise. Oh, Lotus.
Oh,
Lotus,
Lotus. Here we
POTUS.
are.
Here we are. What a day. What a day. As we wrap up our flop album era. Um, and that's what is happening. That's what's happening. That's all we got to say. Maria, Drew, how are we doing this lovely evening in January?
Doing
I'm doing
good.
great. Yeah,
No longer sick. We were sick
yeah.
this week, if our listeners remember, but doing good now.
There have been healings.
Many healings have occurred. Thank you, Ann Lee.
Yeah, Maria and I have seen Ann Lee. Drew has yet to see Ann Lee. How does it feel not being converted? Being
Um,
damned to hell.
it's pretty hard, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Um, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm just waiting to go till I can go to a place
For
for
Magic.
magic.
yeah. Yeah.
Classic.
You don't go to the music box for magic. You go to the
No.
music box for to be esoteric.
Uncomfortable chairs.
I
Yeah.
don't think the chairs are uncomfortable. Is that hot track? I mean, hot track. Is that hot take?
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I know they did like some sort of seat
Oh,
re-renovation situation, but I was there yesterday and I mean, it was a long movie. It was like two and a half
it
hours
is
or
a
so.
long movie. Yeah.
And there was a certain point where I was like, all right, like, butt's feeling a little numb. But
Yeah.
like 3 years ago, I saw Oppenheimer there and I thought my ass was going to fall off of my body.
Yeah.
I was like squirming around in the chair like it was such a like an exercise of the mind because I was like this movie is so good and I can't look away and like I want to be like 100% present for this movie, but my butt hurt so bad.
Yeah.
Those
There's
seats.
also like being a tall person, there's not a lot of leg room either.
Oh,
Oh,
totally.
that's so
Yeah.
fair. That is so fair.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I've never noticed any issues, but I will, be more alert to my butt and how it feels in the seat next time I'm there.
Thank you.
I just,
But I mean, it's a great movie theater. I mean, it
I'm just
I
such a
just,
mean, it's
lover of cinema that,
yeah.
that overcomes anything.
No, I mean, it's great to go to, except when you're an AMC A-lister, it does get a little challenging.
Because you feel like you're like giving up a
I
lot of
want to go to a
luxury.
place for magic, you
Right,
know.
right, right.
Right.
Well, Drew, do you want to go to a place of hot tracks?
Sure.
Okay. What is it, ho?
Um, so I actually was having a really hard time choosing what I wanted to do for a hot track. Um, just because I've been listening to so many things, and so many different things as well. Um, but a kind of like discovery that I made this weekend was this new Madison Beer tea. I talked a little bit with Levi about it, but her album's called Locket, and I really enjoy it. I was telling Levi, I think it's kind of um, like an Eternal Sunshine meets Emails I Can't Send kind of vibe. And I really like it. I think her voice is really great. I wasn't really into her last album. It was Silence Between Songs. I wasn't really into that one, but I am really into this, and I've been listening to it a lot, so I wanted to highlight it. And my favorite song at the moment from it is Bad Enough. So, Madison Beer, you get your Pop Girly shout out. Yeah.
I
Nice.
I listened to a few songs from the project, and I get there. It's very Drew bait. It's a very Drew bait sound.
Yeah.
I mean,
Levi
there.
hates Madison Beer.
I do not, girl. Oh my God, me saying nice things, and then being accused of hatred. What the hell? This is this is oh.
Oh, oh, oh.
I could be like Madison Beer, you've cured cancer. Congratulations. And you would be like, oh my God, Levi hates her so much.
Oh my God, Levi's such a
Oh
hater.
my God, Levi Shade.
Levi shade. Well, I mean, it's not my tea, but like
Yeah.
I was giving her her flowers. She sounds good. Her voice sounds good. It's well produced.
I like the beat.
I do like the beat, you know. It's just not the tea for me. Like it's not my Earl Grey, not my Lipton, not my London Fog, you
Not
know,
your awake English
not
breakfast.
my green jasmine. I mean, let's just say that.
That's
So
why I had to highlight
Dagger.
it here.
so
And thank you
haters
so
like
much.
me don't overthrow her.
Yeah.
Hey Maria, what about you? How are you feeling in Hot Track Land?
Yes, well, I have been, I mean, of course, listening to our lovely flop albums from the last 3 weeks. Um, and I listened to something that came out last year that was like certainly on my radar, but I just like didn't really, just didn't like have it in the rotation until just now. And it is the album by Jade that came out last year called That's Showbiz Baby. So I know she had like a big kind of like, well, I mean, obviously Little Mix disbanded, but this was her kind of like moment as like a pop star. And it had been a long time coming because Angel of My Dreams came out in like 2024,
Yeah.
like early 2024. So it was like a really long, like single release cycle. But I just listened to the album a few days ago and I listened to the deluxe version. And my favorite song from the entire project is a song called Use Me that's on the deluxe version. And it's really, really good. I really love that song. It was definitely like the standout for me. And like I found the whole thing really enjoyable. There were a few standouts for sure. And I wasn't expecting her to release like an hour and 15 minutes worth of pop music. But it was a fun journey. And there were a couple like Renaissance sound-alikes on there too. And she definitely takes like a lot of inspiration from Gaga. And she talks about Gaga in like basically every single interview. So I definitely trust her as like a Gaga daughter. So shout out to
I
her.
love Jade. I haven't listened to the deluxe version, but the album, I really, really like the album.
Yeah, yeah. No, yeah, I thought it was great.
I was gonna ask Levi because I know you love Angel
I
of My
mean, Angels of
Dreams.
My Dream is like that is
I've never heard you talk about the album though.
one
It's
of my
good.
yeah, it's good. It's good. I mean, it's hard just because like Angels of My Dream is like so it's almost like a Tove Lo situation for me of like this song gags me so hard and makes me quiver from the gag. So I have like like I can't give dues to anything else just because like
Yeah. No, I
I'm
get
like
it.
just like that is my angel of my dreams.
Yeah.
Oh,
Camera flashy.
it's
I
so
act
and then
so
the
happy.
Florence cover. Have we all
Oh,
watched the
right.
Florence cover of it?
The
Yeah.
cover is so good.
It's so good, everyone.
And on the deluxe version of the Jade album,
Yes.
there is a cover of Miss the Queen Honey Madonna's Frozen.
Oh
Yes.
yes, I've seen that. Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
seen it, yeah.
I've seen it, yeah.
I mean,
I mean, so
quite the task
she
to cover
really
the
is
Queen Honey.
unafraid to reference or not reference.
Right.
Miss Jade is.
Completely.
Well, kudos to you, Jade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's really cool. I think she's really, really cool.
Congratulations.
So the surprise of no one, I am back where I love to be, in my favorite place. Um, I'm back in the department hose. Uh, you know, they forgot to come and get me. They really did. They really did. I'm waiting to be taken away, but no one's coming. I just like, here's the thing about Torture Poets. I already think that it's getting a little bit of a reassessment because I've been seeing the praise tweets. Oh, I see everything. And I know it's going to have the same critical reception as Red because Red was, dismissed pretty heavily by a lot of people when it came out. And now, years later, when the Taylor's version came out, people, critics are like, oh, this is her masterpiece, blah, 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 which I don't agree with. But it's like seen, I would say, critically as like one of her strongest albums. Same thing's going to happen with Torch Poets. Like the exact same thing. I mean, it's like, because it's like I listen to it and I'm like, I genuinely can't understand any criticism. I can't. I don't get it. I don't understand anything. I listen to Showgirl and I can get some of the stuff. I don't get all of it, but I can get some of it. But I listen to Torture Poets. I'm like,
You're like, why
um,
does Maria hate the word department?
why does Maria hate track 8?
Girl, enough. Never, like, I
Never
think
enough.
you guys, I was so, do you guys remember how afraid I was?
No, I know, and it's so funny because you're so fine. Your
Track
opinion is
8.
so beautiful.
Drag
It just,
eight.
it just, you made it camp. You memeified it.
Yeah, you decided to make it camp, so we had to.
Which at the department, we're campy.
Yeah.
The department's we come to this place for camp sometimes. I mean, we're declaring Charlie Puth should be a bigger artist. Our friends smell like weed and babies. We're levitating down the street. I mean, we're campy a little
Yeah.
bit. A little bit.
We're knocking out all our teeth.
Yeah, we're faking pregnancies. We're getting abducted by aliens. I mean, there's a lot happening.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
what are you?
So,
What's your hot track?
well, that's the thing. It's so hard because like I just like love every song so much,
And you've said
and I've
you and I combined have said a lot of them.
yeah, I'm going with the title track.
Okay, love.
And I looked to make sure nobody had taken it, and nobody's taken it. The title track, again, I mean, that's like you don't need IQ tests anymore. You need
No.
people to listen to the song Torture Poets Department, and if they get it, they get to be ushered into the upper echelon of intellectualism.
Pop
If
Girlies
they
Nation.
and if they don't, they got to go back to school and study up because
Oh, that song.
it's like it's like makes me rabid. Like I mean it's like she's being funny the entire time she's
Who's
making fun of
gonna know
herself.
you?
She's calling herself an idiot. Like I don't get people are like, oh my god, she thinks she's a tortured poet. Or like, this is your tortured poet. Bro, it's a joke. Haha, laugh, funny. It's a joke. Do you have a fucking sense of humor? I mean,
No.
nothing gets me going like tortured poet. It really brings out
Yeah.
another level of me. Maria looks like she's scared. Maria looks like she needs to call her mom. Karen,
help. No, no.
help!
No, I just love that like it's kind of monthly that we that we have a tortured poets
I
soapbox.
know.
But if it's, I mean, like I'm not over in Swiftie world, so like if it's necessary, it's necessary. And
No, it is necessary.
who would know
I've
better than
also
Levi?
been so into it.
Maria, I feel like the equivalent would be like art pop for like I feel like the way that like art pop brings out like the craziness in Gaga fans, they go rabid for it.
Yeah.
Like that culture conversation is very necessary. So is the cultural conversation around the Torch Poets Department. Because it's
Yeah.
like, I mean, they were supposed to come and get me, but like they didn't. And so like now I'm here. I was walking today on the street and it was so cold and I cried to Fortnite outro. It brings a tear to my eye.
Yeah. Thought
It
of
really
calling you,
does.
but you won't pick up.
Oh, and those synths. Jack Antonoff. You hoe. Play a synth.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of synth,
Well, and speaking of hoes and albums, we are
Uh-huh.
we are finishing up the gag fest of the Flop Album Festival with one of my favorite flop albums ever. An album that I think I probably talk about and think about more than any other human being in the continental US.
Certainly
Uh,
more than the artist.
certainly more than the artist. Certainly more than the artist. And that is Lotus by the one and only Christina Aguilera. Who has been somebody I've kind of like always just had like a little bit of affection for, even though I feel like on paper she's really not a Levi Bait artist, compared to like the kinds of artists I'm normally drawn to. But I've just always had. Do you guys have people like that who like maybe like don't make sense with like compared to the rest of your like musical taste, but that like you just have like an affection for? Or am I just like so different and unique and
Hmm.
quirky that like I'm the only
You're
person to ever experience this phenomenon?
I don't know. I don't
you're just
think
like
so.
so like esoteric and
Yeah,
ethereal that
oh my God, I'm so ethereal. I can't even stand it.
yeah, like no one's on your vibe in that way. I don't know. I mean, I would hope I'd be able to say that I have like a pretty comprehensive music taste in like some sort of fashion. Like really there's an artist from like as many like micro genres as possible that I could say like, oh yes, like I appreciate the music they make, like or if not that, that I'm like really into it. But I don't know. I mean, like I feel like I have like my kind of like more niche artists, but I don't know if there's someone that like is like so against or not against, but like maybe in opposition with like what you would think I would like that it's like jarring. I don't know if I have an artist like that to answer your
Yeah, I
question.
don't. Yeah, I
I mean,
think
am I
because Levi
reaching?
has like a specific like niche of artists that like you are so drawn
And
to.
like Christina's just not that.
Just not that.
But I
Yeah.
love her. I love her. I've always loved her so much. And so I'm very excited to talk about this album. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the first time we're discussing Miss Aguilera on the podcast. So we're gonna go a little bit more into background, give some career context before we get into the context for Lotus itself. So Christina is a pop icon of the late 90s and early 2000s who burst onto the scene as part of the teeny bopper pop phenomenon alongside peers like Britney Spears and NSYNC with hits like Genie in a Bottle, What a Girl Wants, and Coming Over Baby. Kind of funny that like at the time Christina was seen as like the bigger, more important artist than Britney. And like she won Best New Artist at the Grammys over Britney. It's very kind of similar to I would say like a Madonna Cyndi Lauper thing when like they kind of like broke out at the same time and everybody was like, oh, Madonna's nothing. Cyndi Lauper's the one to watch. And no shade to Cindy, and obviously no shade to Christina, but like
Can't even believe that.
history kind of proved people wrong a bit. So, throughout the 2000s, Christina went through multiple major transformations in her public image as she matured into a more adult sound. This began with her 2002 album Stripped, the first album I ever bought on iTunes, in which she experimented more with R&B and hip hop while also embracing a more provocative persona. Her signature song Beautiful is on this record. In 2006, she released Back to Basics, a double album inspired by her favorite artists of the 1920s and 1950s, artists like Billie Holiday, Etta James, Ella Fitzgerald. Throughout her musical reinventions, the centerpiece of her music, the reason why people go to her is her voice. In 2010, she released her sixth studio album, Bionic. Another musical reinvention, Bionic was inspired by electronic music and thematically is focused on sex and female empowerment. It is a very sex heavy record. It was a step away from the more conservative, softer image that she had kind of created and honed since Back to Basics, as now she was embracing a dominatrix inspired visual aesthetic. The album received mixed reviews and was seen as a commercial disappointment, as it featured no hit singles. The lead single, Not Myself Tonight, peaked at 23 in the Hot 100 and then quickly fell off the charts. No other song made a splash. It failed to hit number one on the Billboard 200, and although it debuted at number one in the UK, it was the lowest selling UK number one of the last 8 years. Since then, it has amassed a cult following and is kind of like seen as like a fan favorite in her discography. Because maybe it was too ahead of its time for certain people, but if you're a real music person, you get it. In 2010, she also made her film debut in the musical Burlesque alongside Cher. The film received mixed reviews, had a modest performance at the box office. This is another thing that I think is like become more of like a cult film. I think like this like movie is like a lot more popular now than it ever was at the time. Weirdly, Annie, my best friend since we were 2 years old, she was obsessed with Burlesque. She like asked for it for Christmas and we like watched it like all the time, like in sleepovers. She was obsessed with Burlesque. And I annoyed the hell out of her once because we have beef about the song Ray of Light, and Ray of Light is in Burlesque. It's featured in a great montage.
Yes. I, for the longest time before I saw the movie, and like I would see posters of it, and I thought it was Burlesque.
What?
I thought the name of the movie was Burlesque.
Because you didn't know how Burlesque was.
I was
That's
like,
kind of legendary.
so I would be, because it was like, it came out like before we probably like were.
Girl, we were reading.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, we were reading. I'm just saying, like, I probably wouldn't have like gone to that movie when it came out in
Oh, yeah,
theaters.
yeah.
Like
I
it was
did.
probably a little inappropriate
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
whatever.
2010. Yeah. So we were all
Yeah, so
like
I
10.
was like, oh, I really want to see Burlesque. And my mom would be like, no, we're not going to
I'm so dead.
Oh no, we're not.
Oh my God. Uh, okay, so that's hysterical. In 2011, she became a coach in the premiere season of the hit NBC singing competition show The Voice, alongside Blake Shelton, CeeLo Green, and Adam Levine of Maroon 5. I feel like if you weren't there for the voice was huge. And like I know it's like still like running and stuff, but like when the voice came out, because this was like when American Idol kind of like died down and like the hype wasn't as big on it as it used to be. And like the voice was kind of like this like major like T moment. It was like the thing to talk about in middle school. And the show is seen as having had a positive influence in her career. It boosted her public image during a time of commercial disappointments and career setbacks. She ended up featuring on the Maroon 5 song Moves Like Jagger, which was a massive hit. It became her first number one in the US since 2001, which she was previously number one with Lady Marmalade back in 2001. And jump a decade, and she got a number one with Moves Like Jagger. And it was also nominated for a Grammy. So at the same time as all these like things are happening in her career, she was also going through struggles in her personal life. In 2010, the year of Burlesque and Bionic, or Burlesque, she divorced her husband of 5 years. In 2011, she was arrested for public intoxication alongside her new boyfriend, who is now her currently her husband. So it was just there was a lot happening for Miss Christina. So getting into the album, I would like to know that this is the shortest amount of time between like projects for Christina. Christina's famous for taking a long time in the studio, and this is 2 years because this album comes out in 2012. So I think that's also kind of important to note. Work on the album began in 2011. Christina stated that her goal was to record high quality personal songs and that she intended for the project to be a reflection of her life over the last few years. She said that the album would be, quote, a culmination of everything I've experienced up until this point. I've been through a lot since the release of my last album, being on The Voice, having had a divorce. This is all sort of a free rebirth for me. The album was made with a number of collaborators, most of them being people Christina had never worked with before. This includes producers Alex DeKid, Dem Joints, Shellback, and Max Martin. This was her first time working with Max Martin, and she had this to say about the decision to work together. I don't know why. Maybe you guys won't agree with me. I think this is really funny, and I laughed to myself when I read it. So, quote, Max is legendary in the business. He's known about me, but we haven't crossed paths. It's taken us a decade in the same business and watching each other from a distance for us to now come together and respect each other's work ethic and how we like to be heard and making a marriage out of it. I think your body is the best culmination of that. I don't know why I think that's funny. I just think the idea of like her and Max Martin like watching each other for like over a decade because like it's just funny. It's just funny to me. The album also features a writing credit from Sia, who had written songs for Bionic. I mean, this was like the beginning of the Sia write songs for everybody craze. But I would like to know that Christina worked with Sia before she had kind of her like major breakout with Titanium and then being on Wild Ones and then being on the Beyonce album and like Diamonds. I mean, Christina had her as part of Bionic. So, you know, people set trends. It was
Well,
made
and you know what
it was
else
it was
Sia
too
was
ahead of
on?
its time for certain people. You know, it was a record that will surpass time. It was maybe even too ahead of its time.
Well,
LOL.
and this was also before Sia on Cannonball.
What?
The Leah
Oh,
Mich-
did she write Cannonball?
the I think the whole Leah Michelle record, Louder, was
Really?
Sia. Yeah.
That is so
Like a
funny. I
cannonball.
mean, that is so Sia.
Yeah. So Sia, you can't
Do
even
you
stand
know
it.
that song?
I didn't even know that Leah Michelle had her own album.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
like a major they like wanted her to like be like big pop star.
It
Whoa.
was good.
I don't know if I would agree, but I definitely did listen to it. I
Well,
definitely
that's
did purchase
You
it.
bought it. Yeah, I was gonna
Of course
say.
I bought it. Of course I bought it. Girl, I was
fun.
buying anything because I would have like hundreds of dollars all the time in iFood and iTunes like store credit because people were always giving me gift cards. I would buy anything. I was
Like a
buying
cannon
I mean, I was
though.
11 buying freaking bedtime stories. I mean, that's. If I liked the album cover, I'd do the Christina gif behind Maria. Click.
Like, bye.
Literally, literally.
And
iTunes Store
I'm not
hated to see me
sorry.
coming. And I'm not sorry. Oh my God. Uh, so Lotus, getting back to the lady of the hour, is a step away from the more experimental electronic sounds of Bionic. Musically, it's very palatable, straightforward pop with elements of dance pop, R&B, rock, and country, as well as multiple piano ballads, which is the signature of Christina's. Thematically, the album is a rebirth for her after her professional and personal struggles. The title, Lotus, personifies this theme as the lotus flower symbolizes a rising from a place of darkness into a place of beauty and rebirth. Themes of empowerment and resilience are explored, as well as romantic relationships and sex, which is her favorite thing to talk about. Lotus also has collaborations with the other judges from The Voice because she already had Adam Levine. So CeeLo Green is on Make the World Move, and then Blake Shelton is on Just a Fool. The standard edition has 13 tracks and clocks in at 47 minutes and 30 seconds. The release of the record Your Body was released as the first single on September 16th, 2012. The song received positive reviews, but it did not find much commercial success as it debuted and peaked at 34 on the Hot 100. Only one other single was released for the album, which was Just a Fool after the album's release on December 4th, 2012. That song peaked at 71 on the Hot 100. The album itself was released on November 9th, 2012, which I would like to know is like right around the 2012 election, which is like kind of a weird time to put out like a comeback album, I think a little bit. It debuted and peaked at 7 on the Billboard 200 with first week sales of 73,408 units. It is the lowest selling first week of her career. The album underperformed internationally and did not reach number one in any territory it charted in. While her previous album, Bionic, reached number one in the UK, Lotus peaked at 28 in the United Kingdom. So pretty bad. The reception, again, nothing great here. The album received very mixed reviews. It has a 56 on Metacritic. And like it's not like a kind of a thing where it's like polarized views, like some being really negative, some being really positive. It's like every review is very much a mixed bag. Entertainment Weekly gave it a C minus. The AV Club gave it a C. It earned 3 stars out of 4. I mean, 3 stars out of 5 from The Independent, The Observer, and Slant. And Rolling Stone gave it 2.5 stars out of 5, calling it a quote, vitriol tsunami of a record, which I don't even know what that means. Her next album, Liberation, would come 5 years later in 2018, and it performed much better commercially and critically. So this album, I was like an avid voice watcher, and this was around, when like I was like really into like Stripped and Back to Basics, and I was very much invested in this album release. I bought it when it came out on iTunes. And yeah, it's just has always been kind of like I don't know if guilty pleasure is the right word, but like something that like maybe like it doesn't make sense for me to really like get a lot of enjoyment out of, but I do. And I think that this is a really great example of a flop album because it comes after a flop and it's supposed to be the big comeback, and then it flopped even harder than the first one did. So yeah. So it's like the floppery was she was really in her flop bag. But you know what? The thing about Christina is that like she's kind of like a cockroach. You can't kill her. Because after this comes out, she has the massive hit the next year with Say Something and is huge commercial success and wins a Grammy
Grammy.
for it. Yeah. So like you really like can't get rid of her. She has this capacity to flop so severely. I literally checked every chart that this album charted in. It did not. It was in only reached top 10, I think, besides the US and like Spain, like Venezuela and like some other like random country. It did not do well. So kudos to Christina, for serving out hits amidst her failing to do that. So that's Lotus. Very excited to hear what the pop girlies think about a record that I would say is very of its time for better and
Mhm.
worse. Um, so we are going to start with Drew, and then we will do a Maria little moment, and then we'll come
Perfecto.
back to me.
Slay.
Great. Well, thank you so much for the Lotus breakdown.
Well, of course.
Something, I was doing some research while I was listening as well. We were robbed of Lotus tour visuals.
Yeah.
No Lotus
No
tour, which
Lotus tour.
is so crazy. Um, but yeah, kind of going off what Levi said, it always like amazes me when Levi and I talk about like niche music things like this because we were literally in so far away from each other, but we were probably both watching The Voice at the exact same time,
It's
both
like
listening to
weird.
Lotus at the same
It
time,
is
like
weird. We have like it like matches up like almost like 1 to 1.
yeah. But no, I also was really into The Voice. That first season was like, I mean, it was everywhere.
Who who did you want for season?
Dia Frampton,
Of course, whose album is really good.
Red,
Also Red.
yeah,
There's a song called Daniel on the album that makes me cry to this day.
yeah,
Dear
no,
Frampton
yeah,
writes
Dia
songs.
Frampton, of course. Um, but she was Blake, Team Blake, I
She was
believe.
Team Blake. Yeah,
Who Christina? I think she got fourth place on the first
I
season, I
think so.
believe.
But Christina eventually did become the first female coach to win.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, it was a little like later in the 2010s. I think it was
Yeah.
like season like 8 or like 9 or something. But
But yeah, but I really loved The Voice, and I loved her on it. I thought she was really entertaining, even though
she's
she was kind of mean and
hysterical on it.
yeah.
Dressed cuckoo.
I also think like The Voice, specifically like the first slate of judges that they did like such a good job at like choosing people. Like I was just so amazed because I think like at the time of American Idol it was still like Randy and I think J Lo was on it at the time, and it was just like the judges just weren't getting it the way that the Voice judges were at the time. And so I was just really, I loved The Voice. And so I really got into her. Of course, I was really into moves like Jagger as well. And of course, once Burlesque Q was available on VOD, I was able to watch it. And of course, was amazed at it. Yeah, I really like Christina. I think obviously like vocals are a huge draw to me to a pop girly, and she really has just one of the best voices of all time. Yeah, so I listened to Lotus when it first came out, but when I went to revisit it, I realized that I had kind of probably only listened to a lot of these songs once or twice. It wasn't really an album that I digested so much. I mean, I feel like how so it was 2012, so we were only 12. So I wasn't really digesting albums as like an art form, I feel like, quite yet. And specifically an album like this, I feel like I was really just going to, the bops and the songs that I really liked on first listen. But upon revisiting it, I had a really great time listening to it. I I was a little nervous going into it just because I thought that it was just going to be like the singles and the bops that I was really into. But I really enjoyed the majority of this. I think it is really strong. And it's just fun. Like can we just listen to fun anymore? Like what's I mean, come on.
I mean, come on.
Um But yeah, I mean, it's definitely obviously not. I wouldn't say it's her strongest work or anything like that, or any of that. But there are some vocal highlights for me. I think the pop production is like really great. Like I think there were no moments upon re-listening to it that I was like, I really don't like this production. Like I didn't think it flopped at all in quality for me. There were some moments. I think Sometimes Christina in her lyrics can get a little cheesy corny, and being a Katy cat, like I have to understand that.
You should be at home.
Yeah,
You
but
should
like
be
so, like
comforted.
the sometimes I'm like, okay, Christina, like we're, but it was very 2012, like that. I feel like
Okay,
every
well,
pop
this is
girl in
important. What do
2000.
you think about Songbird Rebirth Unearthed Creature?
Well, that's poetry.
Okay, thank God. Maria, what are your thoughts?
I'll get into it.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
That was not. I was about to say this. I love a pop girl album with an intro. I
mm.
love
Do you
that.
love, have you, the stripped intro
Well,
is
of
like, the
course.
stripped intro is like the intro to end all intros.
I love that intro. I love the Ariana Grande My Everything
Oh,
intro. The
well,
Ashley Tisdale Headstrong intro.
I mean, the Sweetener Ariana intro. When
When when
raindrops
raindrops fell.
fell
I
down
mean,
from the sky.
I mean, it's an intro.
Yeah. Maybe
Um,
it's too ahead of its time for certain people.
yeah. But if you're a real music lover,
You get it.
you get it. Um, but yeah, I think there are just a couple corny moments for me where I was like, maybe this just didn't age as well, and not in like a way that like she could be canceled, but like in a way that's like, oh, this is just a little too corny for me. Like, come on, Christina. She is someone I would love to see live. I know Levi has seen her live.
Yeah, it was like kind of life changing.
I would like next time she comes to
Drew, I
whatever
actually
city.
don't know what you. I mean, I think you would enjoy her too, Maria, because like like the show was great, but like just like Drew being like the vocal hoe of the group of us. I mean, because I'm like probably the least out of the three of us, like into like a great vocalist. Like as
Yeah,
long as you're on pitch, I'm normally like pretty okay with you.
yeah.
But
She
it
gave the vocals.
I mean, it was like the same way that I felt when I saw David in Florence, the statue David, and I was so over. I started
Oh
crying. I was
my
so over.
gosh.
I was so. I was so overcome by its beauty and that like a human being produced that, and I felt the same way seeing her. I started crying during "Not Myself Tonight," the opening number, because I was
Yeah,
like,
which is
how.
such a good
I was
opener.
like, how can somebody sound like that? Like like being in the physical room with like you watching that sound come out of a human being was like really
Yeah,
overwhelming.
love. But yeah, so that's kind of my thoughts on it. I'll get into like obviously the tracks, but yeah, it was really fun to go back. Like it was so nostalgic because I did really, enjoy it when it came out, but I really had only probably revisited like songs when we would bring it up in our group chat. So, uh yeah, that's my tea on that.
Okay. Well,
Oh, you're not even looking at me.
Oh,
Oh,
oh.
not even looking at me. That's okay.
It's okay.
Well, once again, Jerry Slaughter delivered in the production. Okay, Miss Maria, how was your
Yes.
first interaction with Lotus?
Okay. Well, I will say so I don't have like any sort of like listener relationship with Christina Aguilera. Like I've always just kind of like picked out a couple songs here and there and been like, "Oh my God, like this is a major moment."
Like
Like
you like Dirty.
um
Or do you not know Dirty? Or do you not like it?
see some of the early Christina
Dirty,
Aguilera.
wanna get a little bit
Oh,
Rudy.
Because
no, I like that one.
that
I
is
some of
like,
the
especially the
earlier
video is so Maria bait.
yeah. No, some of the earlier Christina songs like they kind of blend together in my head.
Got it.
But like for me, like Not Myself Tonight is
So Maria
such a
bait.
huge major moment. I love that song so much. I love Moves Like Jagger so much.
Wait, Maria, we should do that at karaoke.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
We should do it.
Please, please, please,
Except
please.
I'm gonna be the gay guy, classic gay guy, because I want to be Christina. So
Yeah, I
we'll
was
have to
gonna
fight.
say, Maria, you might have to be
You
Adam.
might have to be Adam.
I could do it. I can do that for sure. Let's do it. Let's get it in
Okay.
the books.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, so all that to say, like, just picked out songs here and there. And Your Body is one of those songs. And that song
Well,
is
and you have to mention Gar Gar.
what about Gaga?
Well, do what you want.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay.
Well, she sings songs of Christina's that she likes, and she doesn't even mention her girl.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about Christina Aguilera, though.
Oh, she's not even looking at me.
Get it together, Drew.
Do you have anything else to add about my opinion about Christina
Oh my
Aguilera?
God.
Okay. So, well, thank you for, I mean, I honestly would have forgotten about that. So yeah, I appreciate the mention.
I'm so dead.
But, but I listened to Your Body when it came out, and I listened to it all the time. Like, it would have been the era of like you buy the song on iTunes, so I would have paid my $1.29, and I had that song on repeat always. Like I listened to it so much. So, so that, is like the song I knew going in. I knew a couple others, but I was kind of really surprised with this. Oh, I'll also mention, if it's not obvious, like this is my first time listening to a Christina Aguilera album front to back. But I will say going into this, I like I don't know what I was expecting because I knew Your Body obviously, and I knew Let There Be Love and Red Hot Kind of Love. But I was interested going into this as a full project because I was kind of like anticipating, and what I think you are kind of supposed to get the impression of from the album cover and potentially the title and certainly the opening track is that the album is going to be some sort of like metaphysical enlightenment journey, like not too different from like Ray of Light. Like I personally like
You didn't
really.
get that,
Yeah, that
or
wasn't the vibe. That wasn't your vibe listening to it.
Well, it's hilarious because you get that vibe from the first track because it's also like the first track is like these kind of like, ethereal lyrics, like they're kind of a chant, like it's kind of like, whoa, what is she getting at? Like she's picking up on some sort of philosophy that like no one's talked about before. And then you get to the second track and it's like immediately not that at all.
Were you disappointed that it wasn't a Bjork cover?
10 billion percent. I knew it wasn't going to be a Bjork cover, but I'm like, can you imagine if
She would.
2012 Christina did an Army of Me cover?
She
Like,
honestly, do you know what post song she would actually slay though? I think. Imagine
um,
her voice in hyper ballad,
ooh,
like her doing that chorus. Like I actually think that would be a moment.
yeah. I mean, I would like to see it happen.
Yeah, I mean, she should just do a Bjork cover project. She should just
I
cover every
well,
album.
that.
I would love that.
We would be we are the three people that would be built for.
I need Christina cover of Pluto.
Oh yeah, girl, I do too. I don't know
I
what
need Oh So
actually.
Quiet.
Oh,
Oh,
she would. Well, that's hard for her to do. She's really. That's never been any a description that anybody's ever used. She's Miss Loud.
she would struggle severely on the verses, but she would flourish on the
Yeah,
chorus.
the choruses, she would be so happy, but then she would not feel safe recording the verses.
No,
No.
no, no, no.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
So yes, my wildest dreams would have been coming true if track two was a Bjork cover. But yeah, I was like, I feel a little bit misled. But maybe that's just like my own kind of like my headcanon for the album was that oh, she's trying to do some sort of like ray of light tea with like the visuals and all of it, and especially the first song. Um, but as a whole, I enjoyed it. I mean, as our listeners potentially know, like I'm not a ballad hater, but ballads are not where I thrive. And I was really shocked that this album had two like near identical ballads next to each other after two like banger pop tracks. I was like, Loki, who let that happen? That never should have happened. I can't, I like if I was in the room, that never would have happened.
Well, who also approved that cover?
I mean,
Okay, the other day I was talking to people, and they were trying to tell me that this cover was good,
What?
and that I was the crazy one for
It
thinking
kind
that
of
it
like
wasn't good.
invented AI though, when you think about it.
Like and I said, I think I said a similar comment to you guys, of that like it is a like sexless sexy album cover because like it's
Yeah.
clearly, but there's no sexual appeal. They were like, well, I don't think she's trying to be sexy, but I also find it sexy anyways. I'm like, what
What?
what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
When you get in a fight and your opponent is someone who likes the Lotus album cover.
Literally. I mean, her makeup looks like it was done by a blind drag queen. She looks crazy. The wig is everything is crazy. There's nothing about it that's not
Yeah, I was gonna
bizarre.
say there's not one thing about the cover that is good.
Like I think I could have like gotten into like if it was like maybe like a physical flower, like an act, like a prop, a set
Yeah.
piece, and that
I
like
like the Your Body single art
yeah,
though,
oh yeah, that would have
which is
been
in the same, probably the same day photo shoot.
yeah, and it's like that like kind of like like chiffony kind of
Yeah.
fabric, and her
And I think that could have
Oh,
passed for
right.
and her
Lotus.
body looks tea in that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it is a bath, especially because the Bionic album cover. She's normally actually really good at album covers, and the Bionic album cover is such a gag. And then she follows it up with whatever's happening here.
Yeah,
Sorry,
it's
Maria, to hijack, but
Oh,
it's
no, not
just
at
so
all.
bizarre.
Yeah. No, it's so not good.
No,
Um, but I completely forgot about the duet with Blake Shelton because I feel like that one had like some radio play. Like I definitely had heard it before, but
okay.
like when like listened to it upon listening to the album for the episode, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I totally forgot this existed." But there's a couple songs in here that I really really love. I do think that this is probably going to be like the most predictable Maria top three like of all time. But I don't know, like I think the hardest thing that like I had with this album or like the biggest like mental hurdle for me was just like there's some, I mean, most of this is like, fun pop songs. I mean, obviously there's the ballads, which I feel like her voice is like very much suited for. But it was interesting because I feel like some of the more like lighter pop tracks like didn't really gel for me. So I feel like like oftentimes her vocal intensity doesn't really match some of like the lighter vocals that some of the tracks have going on. Like I feel like Army of Me was like definitely one of those moments where like her vocals are so strong and so powerful that they sometimes like completely overtake what's going on underneath it. And like it's almost like the song starts and it just like never had a chance because what she's doing with her performance is like in direct opposition with what's going on instrumental wise. And that's just my opinion, you know? But like all that to say, like the moments on here that are like really, really upbeat, like really, really loud, like as we always like to say about Christina, like it just works. Like you put the loud Christina vocals with the loud instrumentals and it's just good.
How
Like
decadent.
that is when it's good. Because like another like moment too is Not Myself Tonight because that entire song is really
Crazy.
bold and really
It's
crazy,
crazy.
really aggressive and really loud. And that's when it's amazing, you know?
Yeah.
So like my takeaways are like when everything is loud and huge and really strong and powerful is when it just works. But when some of it tries to go like a little bit more inward and become a little bit more subdued, usually I feel like her vocals just like don't match the like kind of tapering of the vibe that's going on, you know? Um, but like I didn't dislike or like not enjoy the ballads on here. They're just like not really like my style for the most part. Um, but yeah, I think those are my takeaways, but like the top three for me on this album are like top tier pop songs. Like love, love, love them, you know? So yeah, those are my thoughts.
Okay. N Amazing. Not very much what I was expecting. I'm not gagged. I was not shocked by any of that.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Um, okay, amazing. Well, I'm excited to get into some of my thoughts. Yeah,
Yes.
so Christina, I just have this affection for her. I really, I just like her, which is funny because like she's kind of unlikable frequently.
Why did you say that like Sally Field?
I like her. I really like her.
You really like me.
I do. There's just something I find very endearing about her. And like that kind of quality, Maria, that you were just talking about of like her vocal performance being at odds with the song. I totally get it. That's like part of the appeal, I think, of Christina to me is like her like that intensity, that like too muchness. It's just like it literally is just excess. Everything that she does and like everything she does is kind of like tacky, but like when things are really working, she like elevates it to like high art. Like Beautiful to me is like a perfect example of that. Like, cheesy self-empowerment ballad, but like she makes it something that is so perfect and stunning and poignant. So yeah, I've always had such a soft spot for her. And like Drew, I mean, I feel a lot of nostalgia for this album because, little gay me in Idaho was losing my mind at track and field practice to your body, and Red Hot Kind of Love. Um, it's just so, I mean, it's so good. And so it's been fun being able to revisit it. I've revisited the record a few times over the last few years and kind of had like, big moments. And I think that I think it's actually a really interesting album to think about because it to me is very reflective of the trends of the 2012s. I mean, it's very much in line with the like electronic dance moments. Also, this is around the time that like EDM was like making a bit more of a mainstream presence in popular music. And I think like Let There Be Love is like totally like clubby in like that kind of a way. But also like this would have been, a year after Adele's huge breakthrough with 21. And like I definitely like can hear like the success of that album was kind of created a trend of like people breaking away from like the electronic excess of the last like few years, which honestly really started with Gaga in 2008. And I like definitely like see that in like moments of the ballads here. Like I could see Adele singing really any of the ballads in my opinion. Um, so there's something that like kind of like as like a pop music historian that I find really interesting, but what I will say about the record that I think is surprising is for an album that I think is very much of its time, I don't think it sounds dated because I think those are two different things. I think the production is very clean. It's very fresh here. And I think like, trend wise, we're like not in the place that we were in 2012, but like I think that like you could release any of these songs really today and like maybe they'd be like a throwback but they wouldn't sound like they were like made with like old outdated technology. Like I think it still sounds very fresh. And something I will say also is for as much as I've kind of talked about it being a reflection of kind of musical trends, there are also moments where she goes, I think, completely AWOL, and it's just so not doing what other pop stars were doing in 2012. I think Circles is a great example of that. Circles, honestly, I think fits the trend of the last few years in 2020 pop music, which is kind of like a revisit of pop punk kind of like early aughts, like pop rock music. But she was doing that a decade before that trend came back. And I'm not trying to like credit her with starting that kind of trend. I'm just saying that like she was like thinking about something that was just so not in any kind of like cultural consciousness or music that was being made around this time. But then that song's also so weird because it has this kind of like lightly like tropical like kind of like rhythm and beat to it. I mean, it is a weird mash of songs and sounds, and she does that quite a bit, I would say, throughout her career. And like that's kind of, I think, what I find her most interesting. And like I think Red Hot Kind of Love is another song that like I don't think sounds like anything that would have been going on in 2012. But then you have a sound like Your Body, which I think is like textbook history, like perfect example of what that sound was and what that moment in pop music was. And so this kind of, I think, leads me to a broader point of I think that this album is maybe more adventurous than people at the time gave it credit for being. I think that it was definitely seen as a safe project. And a lot, if you read a lot of the reviews, a lot of the criticism is that she like wasn't adventurous enough. And I actually think that that's not necessarily fair because I think that like this album is kind of it's weird. And like part of that is just like I think her naturally she's like strange because of that like vocal quality that she brings and like her really kind of like outsized extravagant personality. But like there are musical choices on here that are just like I would say really out of left field. I don't think they're present in every song, but when they are, a moment like Circles, it's kind of like the fuck just happened. Um, but yeah, I mean, I have so much nostalgia for it. Do I think it's like the best written pop music I've ever heard? No. But I think it's very well made. I think it's very clean. I think that there are moments on here that are like so insane, like I think as good as pop music can get. And also, I don't think it's boring. I do not get bored in this album at all. I think it is always interesting, which like especially if we think about like other like kind of like big pop albums around this time, I don't feel that way for. Like the biggest comparison I had was like a fellow kind of early 2000s peer of hers, Kelly Clarkson, the year before she released her album Stronger, and I think that is like beyond like the big hits, I think that is Miss Snooze, you know? And so, sorry, no disrespect to you, Kelly, but I just think that like she's just interesting to me. And she makes music that I find really interesting always. And even if it's not fully gelling for me, I still find things that I find like fascinating about it. And yeah, I think that like this is just a really interesting little like pop oddity that like I just have so much affection for and probably like love it more than a normal person would. But there's just something about this record that just like makes me happy. Like it makes me just like I just always enjoy my time, you know. And if you're a real music person, you get it. So that's Levi Levita Lotus take.
Yes.
Love.
Okay.
I
Levita
was waiting
Lotus.
for you were so speaking around that statement. I was waiting for you to
You're
go.
a
It
real
had
music
You're a real
person.
music lover. You get
you get
it.
it. I
Yeah.
mean, you have to employ that at the right time. Okay. So I'm excited to learn what ballad Maria has picked for her least.
Stop, 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 stop.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But we
Me
are
and me.
gonna go into me hee hee hoo hoo hoos. So our least favorite track of the album. We're gonna go in the same order. So Drew, what is your me?
Yeah, so my me is gonna be Sing for Me.
So
Um
so
yeah, I
blasphemous
think
for
it's a
me.
little corny boots for
Girl,
me.
that song was me in the seventh grade. That is literally how I saw myself. And like when I open my mouth, my whole heart comes out equals me singing like Let It Go and my eighth grade talent show.
It is kind of Let It Go.
It's to me, this is so like Levi in middle school. This is exactly how I saw myself.
Yeah, it's just I think the lyrics are a little dated.
Oh,
Um
they make me laugh. I love them. All she has is three little notes playing in her head.
Stop.
It is kind of a Disney princess song.
Yeah, like
It
there's
kind of
some.
is.
It's like I find it like endearing. Like I really do. Like I love how like crazy it is. And like you texted me something, Drew, that you like thought like the like riffs were comical.
They literally are. Like it's
But that's part of what I like about them, how crazy they are.
The
like she
words.
literally like I just see her like in the studio being like, "What is this shit that I'm recording?" And then her just like doing weird riffs
It's
just to
so
like
it's amazing. And there's a key change.
yeah.
Oh my God. I could not believe the song had a key change.
It's it's like it's low key. This is what I mean about this album. Like on surface, it's just like very like run of the mill. But if you really think about it, it's like choices being made are so bizarre.
True.
But yeah, that's my me, unfortunately.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah.
Maria, what is your me?
Okay. Well, maybe you guys aren't expecting this because I wouldn't really say it's like in the ballads family of this album, but mine is Ceasefire.
I'm
Oh.
shocked. I thought it was for sure going to be Just a Fool.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be that.
India Farah shocked.
See, I don't know. I don't think I would have chosen Just a Fool either for my least favorite. But Ceasefire, I this one definitely was like grinding my gears a little bit I found it really repetitive and it's really long and I lost my patience with it really quickly and I didn't really find it interesting.
Oh my God, I love
I like it.
Ceasefire.
Yeah.
I think I think it's weird song. Like the bridge is crazy.
I've seen it,
Follow
yeah.
me now, follow me here, come and be with me. I'm on your side,
Oh my God.
army of one. I mean, she's crazy.
Ceasefire gives kind of Katie to me.
What way?
Like it reminded me of Rise. Do you know the Katie song
Oh,
Rise?
you actually did tell me this. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think there are other songs that give Katie way more than this.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
This
Well,
is, I mean, I think this is performance art. Like this is like Kate Bush art pop ho.
girl.
Cloud busting who?
Hey, easy.
Whoa.
Whoa, don't joke about
Oh,
that.
slow your roll.
Don't joke about it.
Slow your roll, Levi.
I mean, sorry. I mean, this is like it's not your straight like typical pop record, you know.
But if you're a real music lover, you
You
get
get
it.
it.
Oh my God.
Okay, anything else to say about Ceasefire driving you crazy?
Nope.
What's your me?
So my me is I think the song that I get the most bored by because like it's a song that like I'm not really into like musically, but like I don't like find it like fun and like interesting in the way that I find other moments on here. So mine's Around the World. Sorry,
Whoa.
Right.
sorry, Around the
Right.
World. The
Levi
silence, like
doesn't like when pop girls talk about being international.
I guess I don't because I really do not fuck with International Smile on Prism. That probably will be my me. I have never fucked with that song. And
Oh,
I've never fucked with this song either. I'm like, okay, stay home. Like, worry about what's happening in the homeland. Maybe. Don't go jet setting. So
Wow.
that's just what I believe. Okay,
okay.
getting into positivity.
Okay.
What is your holy trinity, your three favorite songs, Drew?
Okay, so my number three, Red Hot Kind of Love.
I
Classic
mean,
comedy.
Just a bop,
that's a Fitz Bernays.
fun, amazing, jump dance. I mean, it's like, it's just that good, you know? My number two is Army of Me. I think the song is camp and fun and cool, and I love listening to it. So,
Drew,
bam.
is part of you a fighter?
Yeah,
And are there 1,000 faces of you?
1,000 faces of me. Like, it's
Well,
just so
and
good.
you think that this would have been your tour opener.
Yeah.
And if anybody who follows the podcast knows, there's
I
nothing Drew
see
cares
it.
more about than a tour opener.
And if you're a real music lover, you get it.
I love it. Every time we say it, Maria does not look happy.
Talking
You're
about.
just, I don't know, you're just making a funny face whenever we say that. And it's making me laugh. It's making me want to say it more.
The thing, it's just, I mean, it's a quote for the ages and it's timeless, but it's just so funny to me that she said that about this.
No, she said it about Bionic.
She said that about Bionic?
She said
Yeah,
it on this press tour
it
for
was this press
Lotus.
tour, and they're
Oh, that she
asking
was
about
talking
Bionic.
about Bionic?
Yeah, because she's like talking about like
Oh,
making this record,
yeah.
which I kind of think that this is ahead of its time. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're a real music person, you
You
get
get
it.
it.
You get it.
But no, she's talking about Bionic. She kind of honestly started the cult following because the second it was released and didn't do well, she literally started being like, it's ahead of its time.
That is a great strategy though to like reclaim something that immediately flops is like, well, it's gonna have a cult following.
And like it worked because
It's
like
like no
Bionic,
one got Rocky Horror Picture Show when it came out, and then they had a cult following.
like Bionic does have a cult following, and like you could
Oh,
like find
totally.
articles written being like, "Whoa, we maybe like judge this too fiercely."
Yeah. And also the only also tidbit of information, the only album of hers that Pitchfork has reviewed is Liberation.
What'd they give it?
They gave it like a 6.4.
That's actually I'm kind of surprised they haven't done Stripped in a retrospective. I could see them actually giving Stripped a pretty high score.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh yeah.
Yeah.
interesting. Well, thank you, Pitchfork historian.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
I looked it up today, so I had to point it out.
Yeah.
Imagine what the review of this would have been.
Girl,
Girl.
ahead of its time.
Okay,
Okay,
so my
Drew.
number one is Your Body.
Yeah.
Classic.
Because that's just the tea, unfortunately.
Fortunately.
Unfortunately, girl, we're
Like,
fortunate
unfortunately, like we do just have to pick the most commercial song as the number one. Like that's just what we have to do.
because it's just truth and reality, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Maria,
Okay. So my number three is Around the World.
that's so funny.
I mean,
I knew there was gonna be that too.
I'm kind of surprised that the song that says we can talk dirty in a different language, voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir, or we can get erotic on a distant voyage, rendezvous with me in my boudoir, is even close to your least favorite track.
Well, that's a Maria Bait lyric, though.
But that I literally, she said that and I had to pause the song and like like sit with what I heard and then
I mean, the
continue.
callback is the callback is good. The callback is good. But she starts listing the countries, and I'm like, I don't want to know.
I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, it's ridiculous, silly boots, but I was living for it.
Well, Maze, I want you to live always.
Thank you. So that's my number three. My number two is Let There Be Love.
Nobody is shocked.
Nobody's shocked.
Gag of the century. I love that song.
Maria, did I tell you that when Drew, I'm not Drew, you're Drew. When
She's not even looking at me.
oh, she's
Oh my,
Oh my God. Oh my God. Girl, the combination of tortured poets and Christina is making me like crazy. Like my face is red. Um, so Zach and Eric, who Zach, the friends of the pod, and Zach is huge Christina person. Well, first of all, Zach got them VIP tickets to see her at World Pride in like 2019, and Let There Be Love was her closer. Not
yes,
any of like her major hits. A Lotus album track was the closer for her World Pride headlining show.
that is so camp.
Isn't that everything kind of?
That's everything.
Yeah.
I love
I
it.
thought I thought you'd like that little tidbit of info.
I'm so grateful.
I'm gagging.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
And to no one's shock and surprise, number one is the loudest song of all time, Your Body.
But also the best one.
Yeah.
And the best.
Honestly, kind of shocked that Red Hot Kind of Love didn't make your three, and Around the World did.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, these other ones were just like low-key a lot more fierce to me than Red Hot. Like miles above.
Whoa.
So this is
Yeah.
so easy for you.
So easy for me.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So easy you can't even stand it.
It was so easy. I was like, oh my God. So decadent.
You were the gift making your list.
Literally typing.
I was the gif of her at the computer typing. I was like,
You well, and this is you to all the other songs on Lotus. Oh, she's not even looking at me. It's okay.
a song
okay.
would start and it would be not one of those three, and I would go, "Oh, okay, she's not even looking at me. That's okay. It's okay.
Meanwhile, I could give you like a 72-minute long analysis of Ceasefire, like line by line, syllable by syllable.
You listen to Ceasefire and you say, Kate Bush, you are nothing.
I'm like, why is this kind of more experimental than Vespertine? Like, there is shit being done here that has never been done anywhere else.
This is more esoteric than the sensual world.
Honestly,
Stop.
Ceasefire's kind of tortured poets to me.
Oh, okay.
Oh God. Oh God.
It's kind of actually so tortured poets. Wait,
So the worlds are somehow colliding.
the tortured Lotus department.
Tramp stamp.
And it's all like in the tortured poets font, but then the Lotus is in the Lotus font.
Please. You have to.
You would
Girl,
be
if
the only
Pop Girlies
person in the
fans
world to ever get
supply me
that.
the funds, sure.
We crowdfund for
We
Levi's tramp
crowdfund
stamp.
for my tramp stamp. Oh my God.
The
And for
tortured
a real
Lotus
music
department.
lover, you get
You
it.
get it.
Oh my God. I can't breathe. Oh my God. I'm sweating.
Maria starting the GoFundMe.
I mean, see, you have to, we have to stop. Oh my God. Oh, oh, oh.
Maria deciding what Christina Levi photo to mash up for the GoFundMe.
You have to stop. I can't handle this. I can't. I can't
Okay,
do
Levi,
it.
Levi, 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 we have to get to your Holy Trinity.
Oh my God. My God, I just feel like I caught like a chainsaw in the gut. Um, so my three, well, it was really hard actually. My three was really, really hard because there are songs that like I love so much and like I want to have representation in my top three, but ultimately this one is the one that won out, and the one that won out is my like ballad representation in my top three, which is Best of Me. I love Best of Me, and I did fiercely cry to it yesterday in the shower. It is that like bridge melody, I think is one of the catchiest melodies I've ever heard, and it is stuck in my head almost at all times.
It was my number four.
The
It was very
heartbroken
close.
and melody is
Yeah.
so good, and like I just love all of it. I love it, and like to me, this song is very 2012, but like in like a really like excellent way. So
Agreed.
love that. Two is Red Hot Kind of Love. Like sorry that like Maria, the fierceness you just couldn't detect. I don't know where your attention was. Oh, you're not even looking at her because it's so red hot kind of fierce. I mean, literally that's what it is to me. It's like pop perfection. But
Yeah.
there's no question here. I honestly maybe think this is even this is as big of a lock as like number one as our album that we did last week with No One Dies from Love from Dirt Femme. Like picking anything but your body, I think would just be real cuckoo
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
not tethered to reality.
Right.
Wake up.
Wait, now, ho, because it's like, I mean, it's pop perfection. And I think I've talked about it before because I know I've had it be my hot track, but that bridge,
Yeah.
I think you already know my name. I don't know. I think that's one of the like sexiest lines in music history. Like that, it like saying that to a guy that you're fucking. Why
Not even looking at me.
why did I say it like
Oh my
Whoa.
God.
that? Oh
Now
my
this is a
God.
classy party.
Classless. So I just think that moment and the way that the synths are, and then her like big vocal, it's just like it's an ecstasy to me. It's pop
Yeah.
euphoria. So yeah, it's perfect. That's a perfect pop song. Perfect pop song.
Perfect.
Perfect.
And it was robbed of 12 weeks on the Hot 100, number one.
And a Grammy.
We did not, and
He
five.
got.
Oh, probably. Honestly, girl, I can make the case that this was the deserving record of the year winner. I mean, Max Martin is
Over?
in his bag. Yeah, ever.
Yeah.
Not ever of that year.
No, I'm saying over what? Like
Whatever.
what won that year?
Well, let's look it up.
Let's look
Okay,
it up.
because this was
After 21.
fall of 2012, so that it would have been the new eligibility period, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
November. So it would have been, yeah, for
Oh, it
2014.
was Get Lucky.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean,
I'd vote for this over Get Lucky. I think
Oh, yeah.
would vote
Maria
for
loves
Get
her
Lucky.
Daft Punk.
Sorry, but like we, I mean, we don't know their names. We know Christina's. I think I already know her name.
But
I
if
mean,
you're a real
you have a
music
point.
lover,
Yeah, because if you're a real music lover, Maria, you
you
get
get
it.
it.
She's gonna block us
girl.
at the end of this episode.
I'm not a music person, apparently.
Maria Nation will secede in 12 hours.
Peaceful.
Literally.
Silly.
Okay, so that is my top three. So Drew and I are almost identical. All three of us have the same number one
For 2 weeks in a row.
for 2 weeks in a row. Let's see. Honestly, maybe next week. I wouldn't be shocked if it was, well, maybe, I don't know. I don't think it's out of the realm possibility next week,
Well,
but
maybe I
honestly,
don't.
it could happen anytime, actually. So, actually, I'm just going to shut up. So, what we're going to get into score time. We're going to break out the utensils. So, Drew Fork, what are you giving Miss Lotus?
I'm gonna give it a 7.3.
7.3. Anything to say?
No.
Okay. Marita,
So, as a music person, I'm gonna give this a 7.1.
that's actually higher than what I thought you were going to give it.
I mean, my Holy Trinity, but like really, really, really Your Body and Let There Be Love, like send it over the edge.
So you would
Like,
really be in favor of like a full, because those are the two Max Martin songs. You would want like a full Christina Max Martin project.
I would like to see it.
Yeah. Start a change.org petition right now.
I would like to see it.
Release the Lotus Vault.
Release
Yeah.
release the Lotus.
I mean, if this album had, if it lacked something akin to Your Body and something akin to Let There Be Love, this would be major flop Tina Nation, and the score would be much lower. But like
The
those
gag of
songs
those two songs
take it
alone.
over the edge. Those songs are perfect. They're so good.
So you're letting
So
there be love
Yeah.
yeah.
here in the dark.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Uh, oh, uh-huh. Okay.
Uh, so yes, that's my score.
Okay, amazing. Well, I'm gonna give this an 8.6. I realize that like that is, you know, no
But
one's
that's
coming
your
to us
tea.
for unbiased, takes. I mean, everybody has biases. This is a fucking opinion show, okay? So go to NPR if you don't want that. So, but I don't know what that was. Uh
Oh, should not even look at me.
8.6 I feel like is fair for me because it's not like in like a 9 an upper echelon because I think there are things that like are not deserving of that status.
Right.
But I also like think this is a lot better than I think people would make it out to be. So I think
Totally.
8.6 is very flair and reflective of my feelings and emotions. Okay, so we have an average of 7.6.
Love.
That's actually so it's 7.66. And last week with Dirt Femme was 7.63. So by a
Oh,
hair, Lotus gets it. But the best received of the group was Witness of the flop albums.
let it be known.
I mean, it is powered by the Katie Stan and the high score because it's actually interesting. So in each of the three albums, the person who chose it was the only person to not score it in the sevens.
Oh,
But
interesting.
me and Maria both scored Witness in the sevens, and then Drew and I both scored Dirt Femme in the sevens. So for all you stats fans out there,
I
you can take
mean,
that to the bank.
Can we get a witness?
Can we get a witness? Well, that was
Well,
our flop albums.
there
Very,
we have
very happy
well,
that you joined us on this little mini journey, Pop Girlies Nation.
yeah.
it.
And what are we doing next week, everyone?
Yeah, so next week we're doing some Drew lore. It's kind of like the Flop Series Deluxe episode, if you will. This album I wouldn't say is like a complete flop. Um, but we're gonna be doing one of my favorite pop girlies of the 2010s, Miss Delirium by Ellie Goulding.
Yes.
So get your 50 Shades tea out. Um, and get your Max Martin tea, Maria. There's a lot of Max Martin
Well,
on
yes.
Miss Delirium, so we'll have to see. But I'm really excited. This is like one of my favorite albums.
This
So
this is such Drew lore. I can't even.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
yeah, it's I can't wait.
It's
So
definitely has an artifact in the Drew Museum.
totally.
Maybe even its own wing. Is that too much?
No, 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 no.
Too much. That's too much. I went too
Yeah.
far.
But I mean, you guys, if you like pop perfection, if you like dance pop, girl, give it a listen. I think you'd really like it. If
Ellie,
you're a real music lover,
you
you
get it.
get it.
You
Ellie
get
Golding's
it.
gonna be so confused when she has like billions of streams in Delirium next week because Pop Girlies fans are listening all across the world, around the world. Okay, well, we're done now. So
She's not even looking at
yeah.
me.
Oh, she's not even. She actually wasn't that time, everybody. So that's actually fair.
Whatever.
Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for being with us on our witness journey. I'm gonna go sing for me.
Witness journey.
A witness journey. This is Lotus.
The flop journey.
The flop journey. I'm gonna go sing for me.
I'm gonna go make the world move.
I got a rendezvous in my boudoir.
Bye,
Bye.
Shanti.
Bye.